with the Anglo-Polish contingent.
Here, stand! Here we go. Stand! Your left hands, face! Your other left. Your other left. The other right.
Now, man's over there, Dad.
That was left hand.
Two like on the side. Which one, Roy? Protect yourself. You can't beat it, Ted. Let's try that again. To your left hand, the boat face. Those of you who haven't done it already. Amateur.
To your right hand, about face!
Come on, Thank you. Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! To all good Christian people here in Torrington, pray be silent for the mayor.
Welcome to all our visitors, and a particular welcome to all members of the Seals Knot who are in Great Torrington to commemorate with us the Battle of Torrington, which happened on the night 16th of February 1646. 372 years ago, on this night, this bloody and dreadful English Civil War swept through these very streets. It brought untold misery to many. It divided communities, sundered families, pitted father against son, brother against brother. Yet terrible though it was, something final was decided here in Torrington on the 16th of February 1646. The Royalist army in the south were effectively destroyed, and with it went a king's divine right to rule his subjects by whim and by decree. But the events here did something else, something positive. The Battle of Torrington heralded the coming of the parliamentary democracy, a system that in one form or another has been imitated by every free people the world over ever since. It must never be taken away. This is our town's legacy. Let us be proud of it. Let us never forget. In many countries since and even today, civil wars still occur, as bloody and divisive as ours. We are fortunate, as though over 372 years of eternal peace and parliamentary democracy, we have become a rich and powerful nation. We can, however, help and support those countries where such terrible strife may exist. We can be understanding and tolerant, and be there when the time comes to rebuild their countries and their lives. Let us leave here tonight and never forget the price we paid and the suffering that still exists.
I'm now going to read to you the letter, the words of Sir Thomas Fairfax, that was spoken to the assembled townsfolk of Torrington the day after the Battle of Torrington on this very spot. Your worship, the mayor, truly England and the Church of God hath had a great favour from us, the Lord in his victory bestowed upon us. The enemy, as we are informed, was 5,000 horse and 3,000 foot. It was a hot siege, as one of our men reporteth. It was as desperate service as in the most violent storm that was made since the march of the army. The prince's army hath fled, and for the lords Hopton and Capel matters do not go well. Their army is scattered, and many of the men of substance are held in the town, and of commoner sort in the church. We freely pardon those who fought in the prince's army. Many are now enlisted in the army of Parliament, and others will have 2 shillings apiece and free passage soon to report to their own country. Have no doubt, if arms are raised against us again, we will burn this town to the ground and enslave all those within. We are sensible of the manifold tribulations of the inhabitants of this town of Great Torrington, and extend the protection of the army to the inhabitants. We desire those whose willing venture their lives in this divine work should enlisten the army forthwith. Good townsfolk, I advise you, as you will be charged in the day of judgment, to give praise and thanks to God for this great mercy. Catechize, read and explain the scripture to the people, not doubting but the Parliament and the goodly townspeople to follow the mayor and repair forthwith to the church, where we will lay a wreath.
Launch your pike, shoulder your musket. To your left hand, face. Prepare to march, single file. Left hand file first. March on.
See? 372 years ago, the Great Battle of Torrington took place. One of the biggest battles fought in the southwest during the Great Rebellion, the English Civil Wars, involved over 17,000 men. The battle ended with the church being blown up. Over 200 prisoners were in the church and 1.5 tons of gunpowder. Nobody knows how it exploded. Some say a man was paid, some say by accident, but nobody will ever know. During that explosion, most of these prisoners died, and this mound in front of us is a mass grave. We're now going to lay a wreath on the grave in memory of these soldiers, and then we have a minute's silence before we go see the fireworks. Madam Mayor, like the wreaths? 2 wreaths. Left hand file stand, right hand march on. Well, yes.